Angelica species, or Quai. It's not my favorite herb for female health conditions. Hi, I'm Dr. James Machino. You know, Angelica species, or Quai, is native to China, and its active ingredients are found in the roots and the rhizomes of the plant. Now, it's traditionally used for the treatment of menstrual cramps, or dysmenorrhea as it's called, also for symptoms of PMS, premenstrual syndrome, and to block hot flashes and other symptoms associated with menopausal complaints. So the reason that it works is because active constituents in Angelica species have these estrogen-like compounds. They're not estrogen, but they have sort of estrogen-like behavior, about 1/400th the potency of the body's natural estrogens. So that means it's effective in treating conditions where there's an estrogen to progesterone imbalance, when that's the culprit. So if you have very high estrogen and low progesterone, it often aggravates problems like PMS and menstrual cramps and uterine fibroids and so on. And so if you take Angelica species, then those weaker estrogens actually can bind to the tissue receptors first, blocking the ability of the body's more powerful estrogens from exerting their effect. So you sort of tone down the estrogen to progesterone influence on the tissues. And so by toning down the effects of estrogen, Angelica species has been shown to be useful in treating premenstrual syndrome and menstrual cramps. And then when estrogen levels drop really low, as they do in menopause, the estrogen activity of Angelica species puts a little estrogen back into the body gently and helps to block hot flashes and other symptoms. So it actually works quite well. Here's my concern when it comes to Angelica species. The plant contains a lot of coumarins. You know how the word coumarin sounds like the drug Coumadin? And Coumadin is a powerful anticoagulant, but it inhibits platelet clotting. Well, coumarins do the same thing. So they can increase the likelihood you might have internal bleeding. There have been some human case reports suggesting that Angelica species taken by women have shown some bleeding tendencies, and that makes me very nervous. That means that you could never combine that herb. If you're taking aspirin, ibuprofen, indomethacin, Motrin, all these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, because not only do they reduce inflammation, but they also thin the blood. Then you add Angelica species to that, and you're actually thinning the blood to an excessive degree. If there's a small break in a blood vessel, then you can't clot in time, and now you have internal bleeding. Could happen in your brain, could happen in the GI tract. You don't want to bleed to death. And people that are taking Coumadin, warfarin, Plavix, or some of the new generations of anticoagulant drugs, the risk would also be significant here. Now, many women over the age of 50 who might use Angelica species to manage menopause, the doctor sometimes has them on an aspirin a day, or they have some arthritic condition, so they're taking an anti-inflammatory, or they've got some other cardiovascular issues, so they're already on Coumadin or warfarin or something. So, I'm not crazy, and the thing is, Angelica species just by itself may actually increase risk of some bleeding. So you don't want to bleed to death. So I believe it's always better to take a supplement for those purposes that don't give you that risk. So I personally like the combination of black cohosh with soy extract and gamma erosinol. That's usually where I direct women who want relief from menstrual cramps and PMS and menopausal symptoms, uterine fibroids. So click on the link below. You can read my short review article on Angelica species and get the details. Many female support supplements in the marketplace actually contain Angelica species, which concerns me. So if you're taking anything like that, check the label carefully on the supplement bottle to make sure that there's no Angelica species there. If it is there, at least I want you to know about it, because this information really might save your life in the end. So just take a few minutes, read the article that I've written, just that reviews everything so you can make up your own mind on what you want to do. Now remember that at machinohealth.com you'll see my other research review articles, you see footage from my live professional seminars, other downloads, resources, videos I've created. They're all there to help you lead a long, healthy, functional life. All my research review papers and teaching materials are complete with all the scientific references, so you'll know you're getting only evidence-based information from me on any health topic that you're looking for. So you should use machinohealth.com as an ongoing, reliable resource of health and wellness information for both you and your family. Thanks so much for watching.